It's time for war.
Hello again guys, this is Warzone episode 11, and it's not just Warzone episode 11, it's our 150th video. Let's get started. For Monday Night Raw, guest host David Ortunga. He wasn't all that good as a guest host. We give it 3 out of 10. The next match, Kofi Kingston versus Sheamus. Sheamus dominated this match. He ends up winning 5 out of 10. Kelly versus Alicia Fox versus Gail Kim versus Rosa Mendez versus Jillian versus Katie Lee versus Nikki Bella versus Brie Bella versus Eve Torres for the number 1 contendership for the Divas Championship. Eve ends up winning this match. We give it a 3 out of 10. Next match, Sheamus versus John Cena and Batista. Batista and John Cena got counted out. We give that a 4 out of 10. We give that 4 out of 10. Next match, Ted DiBiase versus Christian. This is a pretty good match. Ted DiBiase ends up winning. We give that a 3.5 out of 10. Okay, next match, Jack Swagger versus Randy Orton. This is possibly the best match on Monday Night Raw this week. Is back and forth, and then near the end, Jack Swagger went for the Get Rich Powerbomb. Orton countered and turned it into RKO. And we give Randy Orton ends up winning. We give it a 6 out of 10. Last match on Raw, Sheamus versus John Cena and David Ortunga. David Ortunga and John Cena lost. We give it a 2.5 out of 10. Raw totally. Raw gets a 4 out of 10 this week. Okay, next for NXT. It was a keg challenge. The winner of that was Heath Slater, and it was a pretty good challenge. We give it a 4 out of 10. Daniel Bryan versus Darren Young. Darren Young ends up winning. We give it a 3 out of 10. Next match, Justin Gabriel versus Michael Tarver. Justin Gabriel ends up winning. We give it a 3 out of 10. David Ortunga versus Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett ends up winning. We give it a 4 out of 10. Okay, last match, Kane versus Heath Slater. Kane held on his own in this match, but Heath Slater had a few seconds of the upper hand, I guess. But this was a pretty good match, even though Heath Slater did not win, because he showed potential. Kane ends up winning this match. We give it 4 out of 10. NXT totally, we give it 4 out of 10. Okay, next, for Friday Night SmackDown, Jack Swagger versus John Morrison. This was a pretty good match. Jack Swagger ends up winning. We give it 4 out of 10. Okay, next match, Drew McIntyre versus Matt Hardy. This is a pretty good, okay match. Drew McIntyre ends up winning, and then does the knee thing like Undertaker does. I don't know why he did that, but we ended up giving it a 3 out of 10. Okay, next, Trent Beretta versus Kaylen Croft. Trent Beretta and Kaylen Croft versus the Hart Dynasty. This was possibly the best match on SmackDown this week. The Hart Dynasty ends up winning by tap out by David Hart Smith making, I forgot who it was, tap out. But anyway, that was a pretty good match. Hart Dynasty wins. Last match on SmackDown, Chris Jericho versus Edge. This was not far, no, this was probably the best match on SmackDown, except that it was, no one won. It was by, double count out. It was back and forth. Edge looked like he had the upper hand until Jericho got out of the ring and, ran off and then they both got counted out. We give it a 5 out of 10. Okay, SmackDown total, 4 out of 10. Okay, next was Superstar of the Week. The Superstar of Monday Night Raw is Randy Orton. Superstar of NXT is Justin Gabriel. And the Superstar of SmackDown is Jack Swagger. And the Superstar of the Week is...
I hear voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me.
Yeah, that's right. The Superstar of the Week is Randy Orton. He had a pretty good match on Raw against Jack Swagger. He ended up winning that match. Well, that's the reason why we gave him the Superstar of the Week. Okay, next, Diva of the Week. Diva of the Week this week is pretty easy to pick because SmackDown did not have any Divas matches. So the Diva of the Week this week would have to be the best Diva on Raw that we thought. The Diva of the Week is...
She looks good to me, she's got everything I want, she's got everything. She looks good. She looks good to me, she's got everything I want, she's got everything I need.
Yeah, the Diva of the Week is Eve Torres. She had a pretty good match on Monday Night Raw. She ends up winning the Battle Royal to become the #1 contender for Maurice's Divas Championship. Shows like she might win against Maurice and win the Divas title. But I don't know what else goes from there. So that's the Diva of the Week. Okay, next, Match of the Week. Match of the Week came from Monday Night Raw. And it was Jack Swagger versus Randy Orton. This was possibly the best match on Raw. It was back and forth, just like the Edge and Chris Jericho won on SmackDown last night. But anyway, back to the match of the week. We picked this as the match of the week because it was arguably probably the best match on Raw, or arguably best match on WWE this week. For me, I'd say that's the best match. I don't watch WWE Superstars for Warzone, so I can't go by there. Because I don't have any time. I don't have that much time in the videos to do 4 shows. So sorry about that. But anyway, okay. Next, show of the week. The show of the week was to choose the show of the week this week was pretty hard. The show of the week this week shines right through the show that is best of them all, barely. And that show of the week is... Yeah, the show of the week this week is Monday Night Raw. I'd say it had better matches between them and Friday Night SmackDown and NXT, so we've decided to make Monday Night Raw the show of the week. Okay, this is about it for Warzone, episode 11. Make sure to check out Warzone episode 12 next week. Goodbye.